you can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere.
What's going on, guys?
Not much, Matt. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, man. Sitting down here at Uncle Kevin's in Dallas, just kind of hanging out and getting ready to play David Davis's event at Texas Star this Sunday. One of my favorite golf courses down here. He's got a real big field, so it's going to be fun. And looks like the weather's going to hold. So it is Texas windy today down here, so it could get interesting for the weekend.
What's the temperature looking like?
Temperature looks like it's going to be upper 50s on Sunday. So dropping a little bit. Obviously, cold front coming through. I think it's like low 70s today when we flew in. But man, it was windy. So hopefully the wind dies down a little bit for Sunday, because I don't know how much golf you've played in Texas, but it's all about the wind.
Should be fun, though. I mean, it looks like it's sold out field of 4 guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's they've done such a great job. Can't say enough about the work that those guys have put into Dallas-Fort Worth in the last year, and it's just been fun to watch. So it's and see how they do things. I know they travel around a lot to see us. It's going to be good to be on their home turf and hang out with them, and so it's looking good. So fact that I see you're actually at home, so not in a car, which I think if we pulled our viewing audience.
All right, Phil finally got it right. We had some banter going on in the background, like, "Hey man, your sweatshirt keeps hitting the mic, Phil. You're smacking."
It's never good with me.
Oh man!
It's all
right, Chris, that goes on the pre-trip list for next time. So, anyhow, yeah, no, I'm not in a car.
I'm going to order Phil a mic.
I'm waiting.
Okay. Anyways, Fagley, you're in the Carolinas.
Yes, I'm in the wonderful state of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. So we're doing well. It's cold here though, but it's supposed to get a little warmer over the next coming days. So those of you that are playing down in Charleston, or what do they have? There's Charleston event, Phil, and we've got we got
the Charleston event on Saturday down at Wild Dunes, the Harbor course. Larry's got a little bit over 40 guys in that one. I know he had it set for 40 players, and he oversold it. I know he was at 41 earlier today, so that's good. Going to be a good event, and the weather's going to hold off till Sunday. We're supposed to get some storms coming through on Sunday, but golf on Saturday should be really good down there. So
nice. It's always funny in the office when we talk about Wild Dunes, because that was the number 2 wedding venue that my wife and I looked at was Wild Dunes before we settled on downtown Charleston. So every time something Wild Dunes comes up in the office, I was like, we almost got married there. She's not like that. So always makes for an interesting time. But we were able to be together last week in good old Myrtle Beach. True Blue in Caledonia, sold out field, which was awesome. 128 guys, 2 days. And, for all the emails that I got during the week saying, are you going to cancel the tournament? What are you going to do with the weather? I'd just like to say the weather is pretty dang good. So certainly thanks to the good Lord for sparing us what the forecasters were calling for. But honestly, it turned out to be 2 really good days of golf off the cart path both days. Golf courses were in fantastic shape, and I'm a little jealous because both of you got to play and I did not. So I'll let you guys talk about the course conditions a little bit. They look great for the cart path, though.
That's about all we did was play. I mean, but that's okay. It's good to get out to enjoy. Met a lot of guys, had some good fun conversations. The golf game wasn't on point, but yeah, it happens.
Saw some good golf. One of the guys I played with on Sunday had a chance to shoot 29 on his last 9 with 5 birdies coming in. He had a chance for one more birdie to shoot 29. Unfortunately, he failed to do it. Whatever, but he still shot a phenomenal 31 on the one side, which was an all-time low for him. But it was fun to watch somebody playing that good and seeing that. But I mean, I think he might have got into the money. We were so far down starting the round.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
He jumped like a lot of spots.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual number, but it
And
was
that
quite.
was, and that was McCurrell. So
McRae, yep, from the Triad Tour.
he did.
Again, phenomenal.
It wasn't a direct. So it's kind of interesting, right? Like when you have the you make 2 birdies on 8 and 9, and then come back around. Like how's that viewed, right? Like, is it like making a hole-in-one on an executive course? It doesn't matter. Like you made 31 on 9, and it's going to show it on the scorecard. Like,
Yeah. Well, he went par, birdie to start the round. So he was 2 under through his first 5 holes, and then unfortunately shot a 43 on the other side. But then came back strong with birdies on 1, 2, 3.
I'll be honest, I'm claiming 31, man.
Yeah.
I would too. I mean,
the thing is if you hit it 30 yards in the trees and then on the right, and then you punch it into the bunker and half skull it into the rake and it deflects to 30 yards and you chip in for par. You write a 4 down on the scorecard.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about my round on Monday.
You've never had that happen to you, Phil?
Well, not the chipping for par, but it happened to me on Monday. Into the trees, chip into the bunker, get it short of the green, hit it on the green, and then 2 or 3 putt for a 7. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That's still a 7, Phil.
Yep, it still is.
As if we'll just change it up for you. You stripe it down the middle of the fairway, you hit it to the 15 feet, and then you 5 putt, and it's still a triple.
Yep, sure is. Again, the day after the event on Monday, again, Jeff ran an event on Monday at Arrowhead. Again, course was in great shape. So, again, phenomenal round there for the guys that got to stick around for an extra day of golf. It was good for all, So, but again, the guys that played well, the champions for this week, they golfed their ball this weekend. That's really good golf out there for the guys that won.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a couple of those guys here. We'll bring them on in a second. The other thing to talk about, and we'll talk to our champions, and we'll bring this up a little later. So stay tuned. If you missed our announcement last week, we're going to dive a little bit more into the 2024 North American Championship. So there was some work done on that. And Chris wants to know. I've got to stop for the comment because this is too funny. Chris wants to know, Phil, are you okay? I saw he WD'd. Phil's okay. He's. I think he might have had a counseling session on Monday after the front 9, or on Tuesday when he got back to Charlotte. But he's doing okay. We've been checking on him. Wellness check. Nothing's broke, right?
Nope. I'm going to Charleston this weekend. See if I can play 18 holes this time.
There we go. So we're all good. But definitely stay tuned. We're going to talk about some majors. We've got some big news in majors, North American Championship. But first, Fegley, this is your segment, so take it away.
Oh boy. All right. So with that, we're going to bring in 2 of our 5 champions. Or I guess we technically had 6, right? Or 7 because we had the net guys. But again, we have 2 of our 5 champions. We have Alan Reynolds, the Division 4 champion. Hello, Alan. And then we have Matt. That's inside joke from earlier. And then we have Bill Gillette from Division 5 joining us as well. So,
evening.
Good evening and welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So I guess, Alan, we'll start with you. This will be the same question to both of you guys, but just give us a little bit about yourself, your time on the APT. Obviously, I kind of gave away your division, but what chapter you play from and all that good fun stuff. Anything you'd like to share?
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Matt. Thanks for inviting me to come on. This is the first time for me, and I'm getting a thrill out of it. But I live in Columbia, South Carolina, but I belong to the Augusta chapter with Marcus Maddox, and I've been on APT. This was start my 3rd year, and I was actually figuring it up over the weekend. In those 3 years, I've played 52 events, and of those 52 events, I would say probably at least 12 or maybe 15 of them were 2-dayers or some type of major or the season tour championship. And I've really enjoyed it. Played 3 different states so far, and I'm just looking forward to the future of what APT holds.
Sweet. Bill, what about yourself?
Well, I hooked up with my friend Mr. Phil there from the amateur tour golf week. And then when he started APT, I said, yeah, I'll come over there and play in your tournaments. And he had me started out in the B division when I first started. Oh, 3? I thought it was division. Oh, that's right. Because we had the championship, division 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Now I'm down to 5. I finally found a division that my 120 will compete in for an old man, you know?
Fair enough. Well, you certainly played better than that 120 this weekend. So
I did. But if Phil pulls up the scores from most of my tournaments, I'm over that century mark.
Mr. Triple Digits. Got it.
Yes.
All right. So moving on, Alan, I'll come back to you. So were there any, there obviously is going to be the high points, right? When you know that you've won, but yours took a little tour because of the playoff. But were there any discouraging moments that you might have had during the day or during either day?
Well, actually, let me say on Saturday there were no discouraging moments. We started on 16, which is that long par 4.
Yep.
Bogeyed that, parred 17, and then my drive on 18, I literally was in the cart path, which is up there next to the putting green on the side, and I was not aiming at that pin at all because the pin was left towards the water. There's a big hump in the front side of that right portion of the green. I was aiming for that, hoping it would just trickle down. And that little 8-iron kind of did its own little number and went right over the top of the damn flag. And I was able to make birdie there. So I was on a little bit of a high. Sunday was a different story. Let me just say this, that my playing partner that I was tied with, Mr. Chris Louth out of up in Ohio, we started 14 over there on Caledonia, and I hit a nice little fade off the tee box right back to the fairway. He bombed one down the fairway. I hit my second shot from about 99 yards. Fortunately, the rough held the ball up on the side of the green, and he had actually put his second shot into the bunker. Well, as I'm over there, and most people who play with me have played with me know that I play from the right side, but I putt left-handed. So I'm looking at my ball. Should I putt this or should I try to hit from the right side and not be taken into the water by an alligator? But I'm looking at Chris over here. He blasts out of the bunker, doesn't get it very far, doesn't even get it on the green. And if you guys have played, remember where that pin was on 14. It was back in the back corner. So I'm over there looking at my feet, and Chris is putting this ball off the green, and it goes up the hill and then down the hill and right in for a par on the very first hole, about 120 feet. Then I get to the next hole, and you know what he tells us? Hey, guys, what y'all do for a living? I bury dead people. You must have heard that from Chris 3 or 4 times that day. I bury dead. I'm not an undertaker. I just bury dead people. And I'm thinking I'm about to die here because on number two, he's putting for eagle, and I'm over there beating it around on 13 or 14, and I'm like, goodness gracious, we had a 4-shot swing on hole 2, and I'm telling you, I never looked at live scoring until we got to hole 10. We had 4 to play. I looked at live scoring. Cooter Douglas was in the lead. Chris and I were like 4th and 5th. I said, this is over. I've really blown this round. We play 13, which is our last hole, that par 4 around the corner with a little island green in the sand area. Again, he bombs one down the middle. He puts it on the green in 2. Again, I'm on the left side of the green. I chip up. He misses his birdie putt. He makes par. I'm telling you, it couldn't have been more than 2 feet, 3 feet for par down the hill, and the ball just trickles right past the green, past the hole. I tap in for bogey. Still haven't looked at live scoring. We come back and sit down, and I go, we're going to a playoff, brother. So it just tells you that anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
3, 4, and 5, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was like when I talked with you at the end, I saw you and I was like, so how did I called it leapfrog because, I was looking at D4 a lot during the day and it was like one name would go up, then they'd go down, and then another name would pop up, and they go. I mean, it was like 4 or 5 of you guys just matriculating between the lead spot, and you go, well, I don't know. I'm going to find out here in a minute because I'm going to a playoff. And I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Well, what was really, I'll be honest with you, what was really special about that, and it has to be the highlight of my quote unquote amateur career. That was my 4th playoff overall, but the first one that I'd ever played in front of about 60 or 80 people that were watching after Matt said, hey, we got a playoff. Anybody want to come back out here and watch? And, of course, my buddies, Brian Greger and Brandon Long, a couple of the other guys were like, hey, come on, Big Al, Big Al. And I felt sorry for Chris because he didn't have a whole lot of people there from Ohio. But you know what? He was a great competitor. And honestly, that playoff on 18 was amazing. And it was just a thrill to win. I was very fortunate. And especially at Caledonia on such a beautiful course, that 18th will rival any 18th hole in Myrtle Beach, in my opinion.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, Bill, you get to follow that.
Triple digits.
Sorry, Bill.
What am I going to do? You got a photographic memory there, Big Al. I can't tell you what I shot today on a hole, let alone this weekend. Goodness.
Well, Bill, when it doesn't come very often, you try to remember those.
Yeah, I understand. But True Blue was a fabulous, fabulous course. And after day one, I never look at live scoring. And as I came in, we were leaving, and they go, well, you're in first place by 2 strokes. I said, okay. And the next person, the girl that we were playing with, Selena, she was 3 behind me, and Jack was 4. We get there Sunday. I'm playing with all 3 of them, Steve Kwan, Selena, and Jack. And I thought, well, I'll just play my game and see what happens. Well, after 4 holes, I was down to Jack. He was up in front. And I thought, well, like Al, okay, I'm done. Made a couple pars, couple double bogeys, and we get to the last 2 holes, and Selena was going to tell me, she says, I said, I don't want to hear. I says, I'm playing bad. Just leave me alone and let me do my thing. So what do? Double. I go, well, I'm done. I came in and I'm crying and whining about how bad I played. And Selena comes up and says, well, why are you complaining? I go, I've shot shitty. She goes, you only won by 9 strokes.
Oh, my God.
I go, oh, okay, I'll shut up. It's a great day. So my lows were the doubles, and my high was getting told, shut up, you won by 9.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And then Phil tells me afterwards, he says, yeah, and you came in second senior net. I go, oh, that's all good, I guess. So
It's a good
but
day.
the courses were in fine shape. The staff was excellent.
Guys, can I mention one other thing?
Absolutely.
On my way down to Myrtle Beach, I just stopped at a convenience store, picked up 3 scratch-off lottery tickets. Didn't even scratch them until I got back home on Tuesday. I had a $500 winner, so it was a really damn good weekend down at Myrtle Beach.
Oh my God, that's awesome, dude. That is really good. So we kind of had all the golf banter get all mixed there. So that was good. That was good. Dude, those some great stories. I love how the competitiveness of the Division 4 versus Bill being all upset, and then he's like, "Oh wait, it was a runaway. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up now and take take this trophy. So it's the question that we all love to ask. So Bill, I'm going to flip it up. I'm going to get with you first. How does it feel to be a national major champion?
Besides, I was shocked. Feels good. I mean, I've never been a major champion in any tour. I played up in Michigan. Phil, you might have played on those tours too up there. And I went to majors, didn't cash, didn't even win, didn't even sniff a win. So,
It's good.
but
feeling.
yeah, it's a very great. It was just an awesome feeling.
That's cool. That's cool. And now, I'm going to have to remember my members manual, but you have your exemptions into the national championship. We've got the exemptions. Is it 1 year exemption into the signature majors next year, Phil? Is that how it works?
I believe so. We'll get that clarified from Matt. He knows all those exemptions.
Exactly. Matt knows all those things. I'm the handicap guy. I'm not the exemption guy. So,
2 years. Matt says
2 years. Matt's chiming in. So I think, but anyhow, all right, Big Al, you get to.
How does it feel? I'll tell you how it feels. It felt great leaving with that big ass trophy right there. Not that one, but that one right there. But what was really special, Monday at Arrowhead, on the tee from West Columbia, South Carolina, and our newest Division IV major champion, Mr. Chris Isom, did that for me. That was amazing. I had chills running down my spine, and then I striped it down the middle to start my round of 99.
Well, at least you hit the tee shot good. I mean,
yeah,
dude, it would have been a whole great story if you were like, and I topped it to the.
No, sir. It was a missile down the middle, and it was good for about 3 holes, and then the wheels came off. I don't know what happened, but I do love Arrowhead. Arrowhead was overseeded. It was gorgeous. Let me just say about True Blue in Caledonia, always spectacular.
Yep.
Always spectacular.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Well, I guess, Phil, have we covered everything?
Yeah. Guys, just thank you very much for coming on tonight. Again, it's great to hear insight from the players at the events, whatever, making sure everybody has a good time and all that kind of good stuff. So what just out of curiosity, what's your next events you're going to be playing in?
I'm definitely going to be playing in Myrtle Beach for on the 30th at
Kings North.
Kings North. Thank you. I want to play. I want to go back and play TPC. I just don't know if I have the schedule set up next week to be able to go or not, but definitely the 30th at Kings North. Great. And Fagley, I was talking to someone today about coming. We've been trying to work it out to come to Rams Head in February.
Rams Hill.
Oh, Rams Hill. Thank you. Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good deal. That's a good one. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. So it's going to be.
What about you, Bill?
Be a lot of fun. So yeah, Bill, up to you.
February.
Taking some time off.
Isn't that when our next one is up there in Charlotte?
Yeah, February 10th is our first local. Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm going to behave, Mama. I was at the beach for 4 out of the last 6 weekends, so I'll stay home for a little while.
Sounds good.
That sounds good. Well, guys, thanks for being a part of our first, I guess, I don't know. We'll have to come up with a name for this, but the first player interview after the majors. So thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate your time. And with that, we're going to hear from our sponsors, the champion segment. There we go. The champion segment.
There we go.
I like that.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
2 under. Quality fabrics. No roll waistband. Joey pouch. Elevate and separate. No chafing. What more could you ask for?
Oh, boys, I'm going to say you guys did a nice job there. I'm proud of you, Fagley.
Nothing like your first interview, but
Nothing like your first interview. So, I mean, you didn't swear.
Nope.
I don't know what all the rules for your first interview is, but that's probably the main one, I would think.
We need to We need the little the delay button or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Right.
So
It's all good. No, it's interesting watching. I want to point something out real quick. I was looking when it comes to future majors. I know people always want to know when it gets close as people watch. But Omni Bedford Springs, first signature major of the year, April 27th and 28th, Bedford, Pennsylvania. End of April, guys. It's December 7th, and we have 5 spots left. So if you want to join us at Bedford, which, by the way, I know you talked a little bit about Rams Hill. Favorite course I've played that you don't see on TV, it's in the conversation. Great spot. Donald Ross. Who else was involved in that? Do you remember? Tillinghast, Ross, and I always forget the third guy.
No.
I'm sure. I hope that the pro there's not watching because I'll get a text. Like, really, Matt?
Really?
Where's Jody? Where's Jody when we need him?
Yeah. Where's Jody? The number one most asked question that I get on a day-to-day basis. Where's Jody? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, yeah. Bedford Springs, 1895, Donald Ross. Honestly, one of my favorite golf courses in the country, tee to green for sure. Really cool place. It's in great shape that time of year. Greens will be fast. The course will be green. It'll be lush. It'll be a great time. So 5 spots left here as we sit. So that's one that if you're wanting to get in
and getting
it, because spots keep going away. It was 7 spots when we started the show. So, but anyways, you want to get in. Where do you want to start on the major discussion? You want to start with the championship? I feel like we should start with the championship.
Start from the end and
the
work our way back. That's fair.
Start from the end and work down. I appreciate the shout out, Mac. There's more of these to come soon. This is a prototype. So I did rep it. I told him I was going to wear it and see if I actually liked it, and I will tell you I love this hat. But 2024 North American Championship. So if you weren't with us last weekend in Myrtle Beach, didn't catch our live, we did a quick live last Friday at the event, but we have announced the first of the course rotation. And I think it's important too, Fegley. I'll let you weigh in on this a little bit, Phil, if you want to. We were in Myrtle Beach last year. Everybody seemed to have a pretty good time. I know we got hit with some weather. We've gotten a reputation of the tour that, we're going to continue to innovate and do different things. And so, we got some feedback of, hey, you're going back to Myrtle Beach. Why? You know what I mean? And are you going to do the same thing again? And the short answer to that is no, not at all.
Yes, but no.
Yes and no. Yes.
It's like for Myrtle Beach, we're not going to rebuild. We're going to reload. It's going to be like we're going to do something completely different. We're excited about it. I don't know. I mean, let's talk Myrtle Beach for a minute, Fegley. I mean, what's your favorite part about Myrtle Beach? Don't answer honestly.
Oh boy, it's laughter.
Where's Alden Ritchie when we need him?
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, man, I don't know. It's just it's an interesting place. It's good to hang out. The golf is good. Just you can do all kinds of stuff. Whatever you happen to do. You go down to the beach bars. We didn't make it to dang it. I forgot.
Ocean Annie's.
Thank you.
That is our post-tournament hangout.
Yeah, I mean that was a good one when I met Jeff Helms there, whatever it was, a couple years ago. But yeah, I mean it's a good time. It's always good just to get any beach community that has a good beach. That's it. September, hey, we may actually get some beach time. Who knows? Who knows? So
yeah, no, it should be a good time. One of the things we've talked about is we really want to raise the bar from a golf perspective. We've talked through that. I've been out shooting my shot with a few different places. So I signed. I haven't even told you this yet, but I signed 3 of the 5 courses today. So there'll be at least 3 new courses on the the round by round rotation. All three are freaking awesome. I'm really excited about it. Now, not a lot of people know I used to live in Myrtle Beach, so know the area well. So first year we, went with, one company who's great. They're fantastic. We love them. It made it easy, from a logistics standpoint when you're trying to handle 550 players and 5 different golf courses at the same time, that you have one person to call and they can solve all your problems.
Yep.
But in year 2, we're looking for different places, different courses, and we've hit some really good ones. I'm really excited about it. We have announced, so I can't say that tonight. Final round. Well, two things have been announced. Well, 3 things. One is there's going to be a separate senior North American championship. So I may have that locked up tomorrow, by the way.
Sweet.
So
we got next week.
I got a call back from them. It's most likely 99% chance it's going to be September 24th and 25th, which is a Tuesday, Wednesday, 36 hole. So come in for the championship, the 20th through the 22nd, and then stay for the senior. It's going to be different golf courses than the Open, and so you're going to get a great taste of Myrtle Beach golf and at its finest. So that's announcement number 1. So announcement number 2 is some of the feedback we've gotten from our players. Once again, I like to preface it with that because a lot of the stuff we do and change is based on, what our members tell us, right? And we talk about it. People like the cut. The cut's fun.
Cut's great.
Everybody likes the playoffs. I mean, we probably had, 150, 200 people out watching the playoff on Saturday night at Kings North, which was really fun to watch. And, but with 560 players, if you're only cutting to 120, you got to
play some good golf.
Kind of strike oil to make it to the final round. And we understand that. And so we wanted to expand the opportunity. And so we're going to, instead of having 1 final round course, there's going to be 2 final round courses. So 2 divisions on one, 3 divisions on another. So everybody's going to be trying to qualify for that. And we can announce, that's announcement number 2, which is awesome. So minimum of 200 people are going to make the cut, up to 240 people making the cut. So we'll continue to run numbers and get details out on that. But the final round golf courses for the 2024 North American Championship are, I'm just going to say it, frankly, in my opinion, and I'll argue with anybody, but if you don't, I think they're 1-2. If they're not in your top 4, then we're going to have a discussion. So, because they're fantastic. Our players love them this weekend, but that's True Blue and Caledonia for the final round. So we're going to be crowning some North American Championship. I know Big Al was talking about he'll put hole 18 at Caledonia up against any hole in Myrtle Beach, any finishing hole in Myrtle Beach. Al, I'll give you one that goes up against it, and that's 18 at True Blue. So I can't wait to watch some guys with some nerves trying to be crowned North American champion facing those holes with a 1-shot lead. It's going to be interesting to see. We couldn't be more excited about, obviously, True Blue and Caledonia. We've got 3 new courses in the rotation, not including True Blue and Caledonia. And we'll probably keep a favorite or 2 that might shock you. So it's going to be interesting. So we'll get that out as we can, so that way you guys get excited and make plans. But the golf is going up. We've rebooked the par 3 at the Aero Club. So that's going to be Wednesday night. So make plans to be there. We've got a finals preview event on Thursday afternoon at both True Blue and Caledonia. So if you want to go down and play both, you're qualifying for one, you can play the other. If you want to play a practice round, you can sign up for the one that you're trying to qualify for. But we'll have 2 events running simultaneously on Thursday afternoon. It's going to be a good time. So if you weren't at the Aero Club, I think some people is their favorite event of the week. It was a good time. So I know I missed it. I was pretty disappointed when I heard about it. So I know Tony Wise came in and was like, dude, last night was so much fun.
Surprised he remembered much, but anyhow, that's another. Sorry, Tony, I couldn't resist. Those guys were having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what was, I don't think they had one with them, but I was wondering if they had, instead of like a pull cart or a push cart, they had the pool cooler with the wheels. I don't know. But,
yeah. Well, it's funny. I was talking to Keith. He goes, "Do you have any feedback for next year?" And I'm like, more beer carts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe get
we
Uber
need beer
coffee,
stations.
beer stations.
Man, if somebody, if there we go, we need a sponsor. There we go. Somebody knows the distributor down there. Maybe they could give us some love.
I think there's some potential. There's some great local breweries down there.
It's a good idea too.
So there's some great beer down there for sure. Yeah. So going back to Myrtle Beach, not sure how much from a golf standpoint it's going to look similar to last year.
Yep.
And that's not to knock on the courses that we played. Obviously, TPC Myrtle Beach was a fantastic host for the final round. We saw a lot of great drama on 18, the par 5 that people could go for and 2. That was fun to watch, but expanding the final round is going to give somebody a chance to go low on the last day and make a run. That might not have been there last year. So it's going to be fun. And True Blue and Caledonia have been great partners of ours. Obviously, we've made it a perennial stop in the first weekend of December to be down there, and that won't stop anytime soon. So back to major. So I'm going to check in while we're here, because I want to see if there's still spots for. Wow, we're still sitting at 123.
Yep.
I saw Minor say he was going to register right now. So he might have been fibbing in the chat a little bit, but so. But yeah, Phil, why don't you talk about Florida a little bit? I know you've been working on those.
Yeah. Finished the projected tee assignments today for both the Disney event and the Mystic Dunes event. Send them over to Chris for him to review. We should have those posted on the TIP pages here within the next couple of days. But again, 120 players at both events, sold out. We still have a few spots available for the 4-ball event on the Friday. So looking for guys to sign up for that. If you need a partner, when you sign up, just say need a partner, because we already have about 5 or 6 guys that are looking for partners. So we'll team you up if necessary. But I mean, again, Disney, 120 players. We're going to be phenomenal. We're going to be at the Palm and the Lake Buena Vista course on Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then again, we're going to be over at Mystic Dunes on Friday. And again, what I like about that is, again, I'm not playing the Disney event. I'm gonna work that event and then play in the 4-ball with one of my members here in Charlotte. Use it as a little practice round for the actual tournament on Saturday, Sunday, and try to get prepared to see, because I've never played that course yet. So I'm using the 4-ball as a good opportunity to preview the course and get ready for the weekend. Yeah,
Mystic's a fun layout. What I remember of it, obviously they've regrassed everything. The front is, very link style. There's a lot of rolling fairways. There's some craziness in the greens. The back nine gets a little bit more back in the trees. Gets a little bit more traditional. But I just remember a lot of great golf holes. Like there's a lot of fun. 18's a little weird because if you're playing the back tees, I don't know where D2 and I don't know where you set D2, D3, but the D1 you're hitting over a road. So that gets a little interesting. Hopefully it's not the time of day for deliveries. Because a box truck comes through there and it could be a little bit more like putt than a tee shot from time to time. But I remember just a lot of fun, a lot of like kind of the sand dune type holes. You've got some good dog legs, some really good character to the golf course. So just always really enjoyed. I grew up playing there. It's a fun layout. So it's going to be first time for them hosting a tournament back since they've redone everything. And so it's going to be fun to be down there and spend some time, and also great hotel deals on property. Deadline for that is the 13th of December. So you have till next Wednesday, I believe, to book rooms. I know there's a ton of people staying on property. So I know a bunch of you have booked, but if you're wanting to know where the fun's going to be at, I will say that most of the people in our tournament are staying in the Hilton Grand Vacations. I know Allie looked at a rooming list the other day, and a lot of people have done that. So it'll be fun. I know our team's going to be hanging out there all weekend, and so it'll be good. It's a 7:15, 7:30 double tee both days, which is nice. So everybody's going to be done by early afternoon. and then you have the rest of the day to go to the pool, play some more golf if you want to. If you want to, just kick it, the hotel bar by the pool. They've got a great one of those at Mystic Dunes. So it's gonna be a good weekend to kind of spend time. And one of the things, obviously, I think from our guys talking earlier tonight is the camaraderie that you get at a lot of these majors. It's fun to hear everybody talk about. Bill from Charlotte's talking about playing with Selena from St. Louis, and they're becoming friends. Al's talking about Chris Louth and Columbus, and you're making friendships that you wouldn't make anywhere else. And so when you get an opportunity like we have in Florida to stay on property and kind of hang out with people, it's a great time to get connected in the APT community. So if you're a new member watching or want to check, this is a great time to meet a bunch of awesome people and get to know them. And I think that's valuable.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the fun part about it, man. Is then, it's like job that I had at UPS. I was a person that was involved with a lot of people throughout the country. So wherever you went somewhere, you could always pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, where do I play golf? What's the good restaurant? Whatever."
Right.
So it's really, really good to get those connections and just meet everybody and have a real good time. And then go play some golf. So.
Right. So I did see minors registration, just so you know. So we're up to 124.
Yep.
So
I just saw it too.
I can confirm it is going through as we speak. But
4 spots left.
yeah, speaking of other great opportunities to travel, stay on property, be in a family setting, I'll be honest, I can't I know there's some confusion that we keep talking through about pricing, but I'm telling you, the trip I'm most excited about taking this spring is to Rams Hill in February.
Yes.
If you've not been there, Fegley, you've been there. We went there together. We rated the golf course. Yep. I personally think it's a crime that it's not rated in the top 100. It's like 114, and I'm like, this is crap.
It's definitely something that should be, it should get its due. It was kind of interesting. I was talking to some of the SoCal guys, and they're like, "Man, I've never played out there,
dude."
Like, guys, if you play desert golf, in the winter in Southern California, you've got to get out there. If you're somebody who doesn't like the snow,
well, right,
you got to get out there.
It's rated like the number 4 resort course in California. So let's just start naming them off. Pebble Beach, Spyglass Hill, Spanish Bay.
Yep.
Yokodahi. Torrey Pines.
Yep.
PGA West. Like, how many of these does it have to be better than before you go, I need to go? I'm just saying. I mean, what a great round of golf we had. We had so much fun. I just a couple highlights. I don't remember exactly what hole, but that par 3, there's a par 3, par 4, par 5 on the back that's really fun. Yep. The par 3 that the green's like 80 yards deep.
Yeah.
You can play anywhere from like 110 to 190.
Yeah.
So just a really fun green. And then, obviously par 5 to the boulder, or par 4 at the boulders, kind of up the hill. And then you get that crazy par 5 down the hill that the ball feels like you're going to hit it like 400. You feel like you're going to hit 400.
Yes.
I hit like 3 wood and it ran through the fairway at like 360. And we're like, what happened?
What is that?
So, and then 17, which is probably the best short par 4 that we play.
Yep.
Everybody's going to be able to have a whack at the green. And it's just a fun golf course, limited field of 80 guys, 90% of everybody's going to stay on property. The best deal for just the golf only, it's $679. For an extra $120, you literally get 2 nights accommodations. Bring a buddy, it's $799 a person, includes your hotel. Great resort on property. It's great restaurant, great clubhouse. There'll be all kinds of college basketball going on. There'll be all kinds of, I'm sure, poker and stuff like that. And I'm just telling you, Rams Hill is going to be a fun.
Yes.
And it's starting to move. I don't think it's going to be there very long. I know I'm starting to get a lot of calls to the office asking about questions. And if you're sitting in Chicago or New York or Virginia or Maryland or Tennessee or Ohio, it's freaking cold in February. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to take your President's Day holiday and shovel snow? That's all I'm saying. Or you could be in Southern California, essentially Palm Springs. I mean, it's pretty close to Palm Springs, just on the other side of the mountain. It's farther south, so it's actually a little warmer than Palm Springs. And Palm Springs, perfect in February.
Yep.
So, the easiest way, I think, some of the California guys go, I'm saying fly into San Diego. It's about an hour and 15 minutes to the resort. If you've not been to San Diego, it's worth spending an extra day and hanging out there. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So anyways, Chris is saying it's time to take a break.
So let's take a break.
You have a Global Golf commercial for us, Chris?
I think he said Turtleson is up next.
Oh, Turtleson's up next. Let's talk about Turtleson. I love it. What up?
It's such a good tune. Anyhow, it's just.
I know. I still have all the respect. Mr. President, Andy played with him this year at TPC. We got a practice round in, and I will tell you, for a president of a company that I assume does not play near as much golf as he would like to, that dude has the best short game in America.
Fair enough.
Bar none. Just saying. I mean, I got my butt handed to me. And, and he's so nice. So he's not going to be like, hey, Matt, you're on a golf tour. All you do is travel to all these awesome golf courses, and I'm beating you by 9 shots right now. Like, he's not going to say that. But it happened. So anyways, I'm turning over the handicap committee so we don't have to talk about my golf game because that can get off quick.
That's cool. Well, one of the things that we're going to start, that I want to start doing as well, is just getting out some recognition to those that have been promoted. So our list was pretty small, but it was an important player. So our major champion in Division III, Mr. Justin Gainey, has taken the plunge to Division II. So I look forward to seeing him out on the golf course. But
I got to say, when you said that the list was really small, I was wondering if you were going to promote Jake Combs after his victory last week.
There were a lot of questions, but unfortunately or fortunately, we're going to have to deal with him. And
I just was wondering.
Yeah, no, it's close.
I didn't make much of the handicap call last night, so I apologize. You guys.
That's all good.
So.
We did well.
I didn't mean to diminish Justin Gainey. He obviously he's been playing good golf for several months now, and fitting. He played really well this weekend, so it's fun to watch him finish it off. It's tough to play at the lead with 44 guys breathing down your neck.
Yeah, Which if Jay was on, he can discuss some things there, but he wasn't able to make it. So. But anyhow, the other important thing is that I did want to talk about is people being able to look at their indexes, because you do get some calls from time to time. So if you guys search up your name under the profile, you will see where it talks about your personal info, your tournaments, player of the year rankings. There's also this thing called tournament index, and that tournament index in your player profile will show your APT tournament scores. Then there's a little asterisk there that right next to it that kind of shows that's the scores that are counted, that are calculated your APT handicap. So just wanted to kind of share that little piece of information. I know we kicked around trying to figure out how to get it to share on here, but we'll have to work on.
So the easiest way, honestly, Fegley, for those that understand the profile, because so many people just use the app, right? And so you're wanting to look up your index or someone else on tours. If you go to our amateurplayerstour.com website, at the very top, there's a button that says member search. Select USA or Canada for whichever tour you're in. And then you can search by last name and first name. And then it comes up and you'll literally have 4 options. Say personal, tournaments, player of the year, or tournament index. You just click the tournament index tab. You'll see your current index. You can look up history and you'll see all the scores, and the ones that count will have an asterisk next to them. So you can see how the calculation's done. So fully transparent there. If you don't remember how to log into your profile, just amateurplayerstour.com. And at the very top, literally in the top header bar, you'll see member search. So, and you can search by last name, first name. You don't have to put the full first name in. I just search you by Matt, even though you're Matthew. It comes up. You can click on the member, and then you can pull up their tournament index. And as always, if there's a question, email handicaps@aptgolf.org.
Yep. So yeah, that's kind of, again, the small list of things. We are always looking at ways to improve our processes, review players, have good discussions with guys and gals out there. Don't be a stranger, but don't egg or key my car. That's all I ask.
Yeah. So next week, the do's and don'ts of emailing the handicap committee with Matt and Matt.
Yes, exactly.
That would be a good segment.
Exactly. Oh man. So, again, pretty simple this week. So with that, what else is on our list? Are we gonna go to the commercial and Q&A? Is that what Fearless Leader Chris says we can do?
Fearless Leader Chris is in charge tonight.
Yep.
So I think we should do that. I think that's good.
Okay. All right. Chris, it's off to Global Golf.
Global Golf.
Shop Global Golf for gear and recommendations that are all about you. With You Try, You Select, and You Trade In, Global Golf's comprehensive suite of services feature the widest variety of new and pre-owned products, PGA professional backed insight, and unbeatable value to help you play your best. So visit Global Golf today and experience personalized shopping that's all about you.
So, gotta tell you, I love Global Golf. I had a couple questions come in this week from 2023 members wanting to know about their $50 credit for last year. They're still there. So, globalgolf.com/APT. If you set up a new account, wait 3 hours. It'll be there, I promise. It's like magic.
Just make sure you
email the support line. You might
email.
think that we go put it in there, but really, no, we just wait 3 hours and respond to you, and then it propagates and it's automatically there. So just wait a couple hours. If you set up a new account, we say 3 hours, it usually takes about 15 minutes. But they've done a really good job with that. And it's literally just $50 to spend.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining the tour in 2023.
With the same email address that you used to sign up for the tour. That's the key.
Phil, what did we miss? You're getting picked on for not talking.
Nothing.
So next.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's my 4-ball partner. So, Freddie, I'm sorry, but play hard when we get down to Florida. I'm going to work on the game, but I'm going to be riding you. I'll just tell you that right
I
now.
will tell you, I had a very productive meeting with our friends at Global Golf today. So we're about
Very
2
good.
weeks away from being able to announce what's going to happen for 2024, which is better than 2023. So we're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
More.
You want to answer the question for Daniel? Kel?
I can absolutely answer it,
There was
unless you want to answer it because you're too quiet.
no. Go ahead.
Phil's just here to provide color commentary. Let's see how it is.
That's right.
It's really good. So he wants to know, for local player of the year, will this just be for those registered in their respective chapter, or can other chapter players compete for other chapters player of the year? Loaded question. So the simple answer is no. So if Matt is in Northern California and I am in St. Louis, I can't compete for Northern California's player of the year, and he can't compete for my player of the year. So Matt's in Northern California. He's going to play in the Northern California player of the year, plus the Global Golf National player of the year race. We'll add a wrinkle to that later, which is awesome. We'll continue to talk about that as we get closer to the new year. But that being said, in the local player of the year race, it is going to be only for your local chapter's members. So in Charlotte pays, 10 local player of the years, right? One in each senior division, one in open division. All those players are coming from Charlotte. However, one of the cool things about our tour is that you're able to travel and play in other chapters and earn points. And because our point system is based on basically a strength of field ranking, which we do by awarding points based on the number of players in the field, as opposed to like a default. Hey, you're in first place, you get 450 points. You're in second, you get 275. You get more points for beating more people. Matt can come to my chapter in St. Louis, earn points that would count for his local player of the year. Now, the caveat to that is you can only count 8 one-day events. You can only count 2 elevated events, which we'll talk about, and then your local final. So, Phil, why don't you explain what a local event and an elevated event is?
A local event, one-day event, usually being held at within the local chapter. All of our national events, well, minus the 4 balls, whatever, are multiple day events. Those are what we call elevated events. On the local level, some of the chapters are now running one-day elevated events, meaning that they have a double prize pool and double points. So there are certain venues that local chapters are playing that are going to be considered elevated events, maybe due to price point, due to supply and demand, all that kind of stuff. But a local event is strictly just a one-day local event, held usually, again, anywhere during the week, but it's a one-day event.
I like it. I think you did good. So I keep checking. We're down to 3 spots for Bedford. So I just feel bad because I scheduled a Facebook post to go out at like 8:04 that said we had 7 spots left. So sorry, guys. I'm not changing it now. So anyways, we got 2 minutes left. Anybody else have any other questions? Just throw them in the chat for us.
I think we answered Chris's question about how we look up other players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rodney, yes, you are correct. Just try to keep these guys in line.
It's not possible.
No, well, that's why Chris is in the background.
Exactly. Oh man. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You know.
Yeah, and I do need a new flag. He said this one's probably old, so we got to get here too, Matt.
What?
Black Creek.
Yeah, I love me some Black Creek.
Yeah.
So, Freddie wants to know what term we're talking about. We've been talking about Rams Hill. Since we got 2 minutes and no questions are coming in, throw a quick little plug. Obviously, the Disney events are sold out in January. There are spots in the 4-ball. So the next event would be Rams Hill, which I highly, highly, highly recommend going to. I absolutely love that place. Actually met on the plane to come out to Dallas today. Met a gentleman from St. Louis who's probably joining the APT, by the way. So we were out recruiting, but he was on his way to a buddy's trip at Horseshoe Bay, which is where we're going to be March 2nd and 3rd in Austin, one of the top golf resorts in Texas. Once again, Texas is full of great golf. And so for them to be highly regarded, it's a great spot. Horseshoe Bay is about 45 minutes northwest of Austin. There is an on-property stay. However, they have a property, and that's where you want to stay because it's out on a lake. It's a beautiful property. You get access to all the resort amenities and 2 fantastic golf courses. Our Texas guys have been clamoring about doing an event there for years. I know the other tours have been running. One of them, at least, has been running a major there forever that's been highly regarded and well attended. It's just a great place to go. So that's going to sell out pretty quick. That's starting to fill up. But Horseshoe Bay and Austin, 2 fantastic golf courses. And that's in Austin, just west of Austin, Texas. So, Phil, final thoughts?
Yeah, respond. Well, I'm just going to respond to Freddie. Again, it's the April major that we were talking about, Bedford Springs in Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania. There's 125 players registered as of now with a total player count of 128. So I just wanted to follow with that one.
Oh, Mark's getting all complicated.
Whoa.
So let's see.
Can you join?
Coming in with
Can you join?
I mean,
I'll say
as
no.
much as I want your money, Mark, I don't want it that bad. That's way too confusing for me.
Whew.
I'm tired now. I think on that note, we need to sign off.
On that one, feels like no. Not more. No more points. No.
My head
Oh.
hurts reading your question, let alone it.
We're trying to keep things simple, not harder.
It's all good.
Uh,
So that,
Yeah, I don't have anything left after that.
that's it.
Yeah, I'm done.
What do we call our
Chris is,
champions
We gotta,
corner?
we got to come up with a commercial or something. So,
Yeah.
final thoughts, 30 seconds. Lots of things happening in the golf world. So, what do you think?
Use your global golf to buy some golf balls to stock up for 10 years from now. I don't know.
There you go, Phil. You got yours, and then I've got mine.
no, my final thought is, again, guys, if you're watching this and you have aspirations to play in some of our local or local/national majors, do sign up now. Sign up early. Pay the down payment to get yourself a reservist spot. As we've seen, again, Disney is sold out. So our Florida swing sold out. Looks like Pennsylvania is going to sell out here in probably the next few hours. When they sell out, they sell out. Now you're at the mercy of somebody dropping out. And with our event down in Florida coming up, a Stream Song, also at Paynes Valley later on in July, those venues are going to sell out. Yeah, you got to put a little bit of money down, but at least they'll guarantee your spot. So
Great venues too.
yeah, absolutely. So again, I'm just looking forward to meeting all the players down in Florida when we get down there. Also, I'll be Matt and you and I, we're going to be out in Vegas slightly before that, out at the Las Vegas event. That's the week before Disney. So we're going to get a chance to get out west and see some players there as well. So again, if you get the opportunity to travel, guys, take advantage of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I've got two second thoughts. The second tier of exemptions for Big Cedar come out tomorrow for those of you that finished high in your season player of the year standings or earned a promotion. Are going to get some exemption and invitation emails tomorrow. So you guys will be able to register. December 15th is when registration will open to all APT members for Big Cedar. So we have 160 spots there, but they will go quick. It's a great weekend if you've not been there. Final thought is I'm thankful for the CEO of Titleist for being the first person to come out with a statement that makes sense on the golf ball rollback. So I'm hoping that positive energy keeps moving things in the right direction. So if you haven't checked that out, support Titleist because they're freaking awesome. So anyways, that's my final thought.
There you go.
So we'll see y'all next Thursday. We'll be back in the office and look forward to seeing you. Have hopefully some announcements next week. So some things are close. So have a good one and play well this weekend.
You can play in any chapter that you want. So you get to meet people from anywhere.